You're talking about Penny and Swift and Gainwell. To me, it's tough to choose which one's going to get it. They're saying Kenneth Gainwell's working the most with the ones here in this camp, but it's camp. You can only take so much out of it. We'll see what happens in maybe some of these preseason games. To me, when I'm thinking about it, I actually kind of like Deandre Swift a little bit more than the others because of his pass catching ability, and he also is a good runner. If it was going on pure rushing, Rashaad Penny would get my nod because that guy is so efficient. But the problem is he can't stay healthy, and I don't think he's going to stay healthy this year. I think Deandre Swift still plays 15 games. Maybe he misses 2 games, but the guy's going to be a good option out the backfield, and you're going to see some big playmaking ability from him too as well.
Yeah, I mean, he looked good in the opening preseason game. Agent 0, we're in number 0. Love it.
I know it's sick actually.
I love it. But I think all 3 of these guys. This is where I said I want a piece of this offense, and this is where it's really hard. I would not take any of these guys high because I think that there's chance of injury, but I think all 3 of them are going to get usage. I don't think we're going to see 250 carries from any one of these guys unless there's, if Swift got hurt and Penny had to be a bell cow, I think that we might see an uptick in touches there, or vice versa. If Penny's the guy and he gets hurt, then Swift might get a lot of the touches.
I still don't think they would do that. I still think Gainwell would eat into that.
That's my point. That's my point. Is I don't think even with an injury, I don't think that they're going to have. And they still have Boston Scott there. He's scampering around back. And every year he's good for 3 or 4 touchdowns, just stealing them away from people.
Well, there's a reason why we're not going out and jumping to draft Buffalo running backs either, because the same thing is you have a big rushing quarterback. The only difference here is you do have the best offensive line in football in the Philadelphia Eagles. So whoever is getting the handoffs has a higher chance and opportunity to be successful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's my question though. You were looking at these running backs here. Deandre Swift is going 61 overall. So you're talking about literally right after the 5th round. Penny's going 97th overall, and Kenneth Gainwell is literally free at the end of the draft. Are you willing to spend a 5th round pick on Deandre Swift, or where does he have to slide to you? Is it 6th or 7th round or 8th round before you want to take a chance on him, or would you rather just plug Penny onto your bench in hopes that he becomes the main guy?
Well, I mean, if Swift falls down to a round or 2 above Penny, then yeah, I'd rather have Swift, I think, than Penny. But in the 5th round, in the 6th round, I mean, I might have other guys there that I can get.
Cam Akers, James Conner,
even Javonte,
even Miles Sanders himself, Javonte.
Yeah, I like those guys. Like, it's not that I don't like Swift. I just think that the usage there is not going to be as high because of the risk of injury to both him and Penny. And I think it's hard to say, it's hard to put all my coins in that basket because. Well, I wouldn't mind if I already have 2 stud running backs. I wouldn't mind taking a chance on him. But if he's my RB2 and, I went and stacked a receiver instead and I'm sitting there in the 5th or 6th round, no, I'm not taking him because there's a very good chance that Penny could be the guy there. And if Penny stays healthy, which he hasn't, but if he does.
He's very efficient. He's very good at it. Yeah.
He's a better running back than Swift.
Yeah, he is. Healthy. Well, he's a better pure runner than Swift. I wouldn't call him a better athlete. He's a better pure runner than Swift. Well, here's my question then. That's before we move on to A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, who don't need a lot of introduction and don't need a lot of talk about them because we know how good these guys are. But in terms of these running backs, I think that's the biggest question in this team. And I have for you, looking at these ADPs, Deandre Swift is 61st overall. Javonte's right before him. Then Kamara's right before him, and Cam Akers, James Conner's a couple picks after him. Let's jump a whole round after that to 78th overall and 76th overall. Would you rather have David Montgomery or Isaiah Pacheco than Deandre Swift?
I'd rather have Pacheco.
Them and not Montgomery. So Pacheco's 76th overall, running back 28. Montgomery's going 78th overall in most drafts for running back 27.
Yeah.
How about Rashaad White?
I'd rather have Rashaad White.
Mm-hmm. Now here's just the exact, and this guy's literally 75th overall, running back 30. He's a bunch of picks behind Swift. James Cook.
Swift.
Okay. I agree with you on that one. I think the only one I think I would, because Pacheco, because coming back of CEH, I'd still rather have Swift with that offensive line and with the upside of that. So
I think Pacheco earned his keep.
He did, but still, it's still a high passing volume offense and, not a very high rushing volume offense. At least here, this team does rush a lot.